And we are paging Dr. Paul again this morning with advice on choking prevention in young children. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Melissa.
Especially this time of the year, there's
Yeah.
unusual things that are out and about in our homes, and it can cause choking hazards, unfortunately, for our young kids.
Yeah, so it's important to be aware. And I always start off with a story. When I was working in the emergency room, we had a little boy that came in and had difficulty breathing, and we didn't know what was going on. So we did an X-ray, and I saw something here in the child's throat. It was actually a button.
Wow.
It was a button like this, okay?
Yeah.
And you know, if you could sort of look here, the little holes
A
here.
little tiny button, yeah.
The child lived because he was breathing through those holes.
Wow.
Right? So that we were stunned. You know,
Yeah.
we didn't know. So anyway, we took it out. It was
Yes,
okay.
okay.
But then imagine if it was something different. It was something like a little battery or a coin
Yes.
or something like that. That would block the airway completely.
Absolutely.
Right?
And
So
these can cause other dangers
and
as
that's
well,
right. And kids can swallow these, and these
Yeah.
are very poisonous.
And they're corrosive, I
Yes,
think?
corrosive and
Yeah.
cause a lot of problems. So this is, again, these are hazards that we see year-round, more so now during the holidays, but this
Right.
is year-round. So looking at other things, all these things that I brought,
Yeah.
we have removed from kids' throats and
Oh, my
lungs.
goodness.
Okay?
Okay.
Paper clips, bobby pins,
Yeah.
you name it. This is important, jewelry.
Jewelry, especially this time of the year,
This
we're
is time of-
dressing up a little
exactly,
more.
and small children choke on the little, the little holder here.
The
That's why I don't
earrings.
recommend kids being, ears pierced before 5 years of
Okay.
age. That's my recommendation.
Okay.
And then speaking about kids and toys,
Yeah.
it's important to know, like these little pieces here
Polly
can come
Pocket.
off. Yeah, a baby can choke on these. Okay. Another child came in once and actually had a Hot Wheel like
Oh,
this.
my
Took
goodness.
him off and that was lodged in his throat.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
again, so we tell people, again, toys
So
like
you
this,
think
be
something
careful.
like this looks fine,
Make
but
sure
you have to
these
be
buttons,
careful.
exactly, because these things can come off. So
Okay.
most kids say, not available for, not allowed for younger children, but just be aware of that, especially when you have mixed ages at home. Young kids can get at the older kids' toys. That's very
Absolutely.
important. And then finally, we got party time. So
Yeah.
we got peanuts, nuts, olive pits, toothpicks, 10,000 emergency room visits of toothpicks in the United States
Oh,
for
my
kids choking on
goodness.
toothpicks. And so during the holiday season, be aware of all these things that are lying around. But in general, if you're going to other people's homes or your home as well, got new babies coming in, they're crawling around, make sure that you clear
area is
the area
clear.
of anything they can touch and
And
take
don't
them
let
off.
your kids, take their little tiny pieces toys
Exactly.
out. Go up in their room to do that if you're going to have little kids around.
Exactly. Separate those toys. It's
Yeah.
really important. So again, prevention is best, and be aware. Just be aware. Never leave these children, their imagination. You can never imagine a child's going to take out a wheel from a Hot Wheel and swallow it, or choke on it. So it's very important.
What should parents do if they do witness their child choking on something?
Well, that's an important thing. So
Yeah.
it's good to know about CPR.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some Heimlich maneuvers and patting in the back, but in general, it's a good idea to know what to do in terms of a get a CPR course. So I can spend a whole half hour talking about that, but I don't have time. But
Right.
really, it's about you can give a swift hit to the back.
Yep.
But and sort of be careful. Don't really stick your hand inside because you might lodge it down deeper.
Further.
That's the other
Okay,
thing.
so Heimlich maneuver is smacking the back.
Yeah.
And when should parents go to the emergency department or call 911?
Well, if the child has obvious signs of breathing difficulties,
Yeah.
call 911. If you think the child swallowed something or choked on something and you don't find it anywhere, go to the emergency room because then they'll do an X-ray or they'll examine the child and try to take it out. Because if it gets lodged in the lung, for example, it may
Right.
cause infection down the road.
Yeah.
So again, these are things that everybody doesn't think about. So, I'm skewed a bit because I've seen all this stuff, but in general, I think it's important that parents just be aware. Parents, grandparents, especially now you're visiting other people's homes, they're not as baby-proofed as your own. So just be mindful of that. And enjoy children, enjoy
Yeah.
toys, but just make sure it's age appropriate and you're supervising.
Right, because I think a lot of times choking hazards we're worried about when they eat grapes or hot
Yeah.
dogs or popcorn.
And that's the other
we
thing.
forget
yes.
about these
so
things.
exactly, and then food as well. So when we're talking
Yeah.
about grapes and hot dogs, children less than 4 years of age should not be eating those things. And if you are going to give to them, lengthwise, slice them lengthwise as well. Also, children have a tendency to eat and run and play,
Yeah.
and that's also
No running
avoid that
around.
as well. So
Perfect.
again, so there's all these things that children can choke on, all these dangers, as long as you're aware and try to prevent them as best you can.
Awesome.
That's the best we can do.
Thank you so much for joining
My
us today.
pleasure.
We truly appreciate it.